Every health and fitness coach has one big fear: running out of leads. If you don't have leads, you're not going to generate sales. And if you don't generate sales, well, you're going to go broke and your dreams are going to be shattered. In this video, I want to teach you the most powerful lead generation technique that, quite frankly, very few are using. In fact, the only people that are using it are my paying clients. I really shouldn't be sharing this with you because they will go absolutely mad. But rest assured, after watching this, you're never going to worry about generating leads again. In fact, you're going to have more leads than you know what to do with. And I'm going to share the exact marching steps at the end of this video. But it's important that you stay with me because there's a couple of things that I need to teach you first in order to get the most out of it. Now, first things first. You need a mobile phone, you need social media content, you need some results, and you need probably 10 minutes of your time. Let's get stuck in. Before we get stuck in, it's important you understand what marketing is. Marketing is generating business where it never existed before. And there are two ways that you can do that. You can do it through organic methods and you can do it for paid methods. Now, I want to really simplify this. When it comes to organic content, you have to go out of your way and put time, energy, and effort into creating content. There is a cost to creating organic content. It is not free, and that cost is your blood, sweat, and tears. You'll probably know what it's like sitting down, creating content. It takes time. It is not free. Please don't think that organic content is free. It requires you. Now, the problem with organic content is when you create that content and you push it out to the marketplace, guess what happens? The algorithm controls who sees it. You can't control who sees it. So you've probably put time and effort into creating your best content only to realize that it gets a few likes, a little engagement, and it's really disheartening. And the problem is you can't really start posting it twice because you fear other people are going to see the same stuff. And in fact, you actually see coaches worry about this now because they hide the likes on their photos, they hide the likes on their videos because they're insecure about how many people have liked something. That's not good for business. Now, on the other hand, you've got paid. Now, paid marketing can be as complex as you make it. And what I'm going to share with you today is going to blow your mind how simple it is to get started with this. Now, why am I talking about paid content? Well, here's the thing. Organic content, you're relying on the algorithm. And the algorithm doesn't really want you to make money. The algorithm wants you to pay to play. And this is where you need to start embracing paid advertising. And in this video, I'm going to run you through the most cost-effective, cheapest way to generate leads every single day for your business that will make you a shit ton of money. Okay, so listen carefully to this. Paid marketing is when you put money behind a piece of content and it goes out 24/7 in front of the people that you want to sell to. You don't have to worry about the algorithm. The only thing that you've got to be concerned about is the creative good and what money am I putting behind it and how much exposure can I actually generate. And the other factor that you need to factor in is, okay, if I generate a lot of exposure, can I handle the new business? In fact, your biggest problem becomes fulfillment. It doesn't actually become, is it reaching enough people? So when it comes to paid content, you're paying to put your message out on social media. There are 101 ways to run paid advertising, and the way that I'm going to share with you today is one of the most simplistic, cheapest, cost-effective, and easiest ways to get started. But most importantly is it works better than everything else out there, including some of the most expensive campaigns that you will see advertised at you today. Before moving forward with this, you've got to make sure that your organic content is clear and it is good. How do you know it's clear and it's good? Well, it's clear because you're talking towards a specific person or set of people with a common set of problems. That is called your target market. Your target market is usually a younger version of you, where you are now teaching the principles and insights that you once tried to improve the quality of your life, and you've packaged it up in a program and you're now teaching people those principles. That is your target market. How do you know it's good? Well, you've got some form of interaction, some form of engagement, some form of positive commentary underneath it saying, hey, this spoke to me, hey, this was useful, hey, your content's really insightful, and you should be growing a social media naturally and organically through the content that you post anyway. Now, this can also be used if you don't have a big following. So don't think you need to have thousands of followers. This can work straight away. Let's get clear on what you want. You want a consistent supply of leads, you want them at a cheap price point, and you ultimately want them to start conversations and give you the opportunity to create a sale. That's what we want, and that's what we're going to focus on. Here's a high-level overview of how this works. You're going to find 4 pieces of your best content. 2 of them are going to be social proof, 1 of them is going to be something personal about you, and 1 of them is going to be an example of you demonstrating industry expertise, like how to do this or how to solve this problem. Once you've done that, you're then going to decide on a budget between 10 and 20 bucks per video per day over 7 days. That's the money that you're going to put behind this. Now, don't be afraid. That money is going to be put to good use. I cannot stress enough that whenever you want to grow your business, whenever you put paid advertising money behind your message or your content, that message gets forced out in front of the right people. And whenever the right people see it, they're going to do a couple of things. One, they're going to go, hey, I'm really interested. I'm now going to follow you, which means that they're now going to be open up to seeing all your other content. You're going to build trust with them and they're going to want to start a conversation. Some other people are going to see it and they're going to go, yeah, that's okay, but I'm not really interested. And there's also going to be a small proportion of people that see it and go, she's a dick, he's a dick, I don't like that person, and they're probably going to comment something underneath it. That's just a byproduct of advertising on the internet. You're going to need to get used to it. Always remember, there's an equal amount of people that will support you and an equal amount of people that will like you in life. Now, when you get your message in front of the right people, how many people you get in front of is really determined by the amount of money that you spend. And I just want to spend a little second talking about why it's important to spend money on your advertising. So here's the deal. You can either go out of your way, bang your head against the wall and create loads of content by videoing it, editing it, posting it on the internet and let the algorithm control it. Or you can create 1 or 2 pieces of really good content, or even go and find some of your existing content and put a little bit of money behind it and let the advertising do the work. Let the advertising put it in front of people that are interested in that specific subject or problem that you're talking about, and let it control what happens. That is a far smarter and wiser use of your time and money than doing endless amounts of organic. In order to understand paid advertising more, you need to understand 3 key numbers. Number 1 is your lifetime value. How much does the average customer spend with you over a lifetime? Let's say it's 2K. When they pay up front, when they pay over a period of time, it's essentially the average transaction value of what a customer pays you. You can go and find that out on Stripe. Now you have to ask yourself, how much would you be willing to pay to access that money? So if I said to you, well, if you paid $10, $10, 10 euros to get 2K in return, that would mean that you make 1990. That's quite a markup. There's nowhere really else that you're actually going to get returns like that. If I said, would you pay 100? Would you pay 200? Would you pay 300? Would you pay 400? Would you pay 500? You're still going to be making money. So understand that whoever can afford to pay the most to acquire a customer wins. That's a golden rule in marketing. So LTV is important because you know what you're acquiring. You know what the average customer stays for, so you know how much money you're going to collect. The next figure is going to be the cost to acquire a customer. That's called a CAC, C-A-C. And that can vary. So with the strategy that I'm going to teach you, it is the cheapest and most effective ways to acquire customers for as little as 25 pence, 25 cents, even less. The next number you need to know is called the payback period. How long does it take to pay back the amount of money that you spent to acquire a customer? Well, 25p isn't going to take a lot of time. 500 bucks, 500 quid is going to take a lot of time. So when it comes to marketing, you want to get leads at the cheapest cost possible, but also ensure that they're the highest quality. And you only can do that with the right messaging, the right targeting, and the right level of advertising. So knowing all of those figures is really important. Once you've got clear on the 2 pieces of social proof that you're going to use, these are clients that have talked about their experience, their results with you, and I would typically choose the best ones. You then want to look at what is one thing that demonstrates me as an individual, me talking about my life, me talking about the challenges and the adversity that I've overcome, and then one that is you being an industry expert, teaching or talking a how to do this or that. You then decided on your budget. I would typically go with 20 bucks for 7 days for these 4 videos. So work that out. 7 by 20 is 140. Multiply that by 4 videos. That's what you're going to spend on this campaign. All right. Now, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to run you through the ad setup, but as a high level overview, that money is going to put those pieces of content out in front of people that have the pain point that you solve, that are interested in the things that you do. So they're going to be of a specific age, specific interest level, and they're going to see your content. Now, like I said earlier, some people are going to see your content and want to follow you. They're going to come to your profile and they're going to visit it. This is what we call a profile visit. And when they come to your profile, guess what's going to happen? They're either going to look at it and go, oh, amazing, I'm going to follow them because they solve the problem that I have. That is why it's so important to make sure that your Instagram handle is set up with your name, what you do, and a direct call to action so that people can very clearly reference who you are and what you do. Whenever they follow you, that is your opportunity to outreach them and send them a message. And you'll send them the following message. Hey, John, I just wanted to reach out and connect. In a world of social media where it's super busy, I just wanted to make a personal connection. Love to know, are you here for the content or are you here to solve whatever the problem is that you are working with? Whether it's, are you here to lose weight? Are you here to build muscle? Are you here to get better at jiu-jitsu? Whatever it is. And whenever they respond to that, 9 times out of 10, they're going to respond with, hey, I'm actually here to get help with my fat loss. Then you can then open up the conversation with, okay, cool, tell me what your goals are. Let them list their goals, then ask them, how's that working out for you right now? They'll then come back with the truth and they'll say, not so bad, I'm struggling with this, I'm struggling with this. Then you come back with a reply and say, I can definitely help. Most of the clients that I work with struggle with this challenge, this challenge, this challenge, this challenge, this challenge. Which stands out for you the most? They'll come back with all of them. Then you ask them the question, would you like my help? Whenever you ask them that question, they're either going to say yes or they're going to say no. If they say no, make a note of them and nurture and follow up at a later point. If they say yes, then you can then begin to entertain a conversation. Well, here's what I'm thinking. It makes a lot of sense for us to grab a quick call to run through your big goals and what you need to do to hit them. And I'm more than happy to run you through what I do and how I can help. And if you like what you hear, we can agree on a mutual start date. Sound fair enough? Let me know and I'll ping you over some availability and a link. They will then come back with either yes, send them available times that you have. That's the most important thing. You can send them a Calendly link and say, hey, here's a bunch of times, please pick one that suits you. But I am a bigger fan of, hey, I've got tomorrow free at 3 o'clock. Let me know if it suits. It's just more accurate, it's more precise. You can do it either way, there's no right or wrong. If they say no, again, just add them to the follow-up and just keep engaging them with conversations once every 30 to 45 days. Hey, just checking in, you still struggling with? Would you like some help? Let them consume your content. You'll find that some people that have just followed you might need some of your content in order to actually get to a point where they know what you do, they trust you, they like you, they see the results that you get, and as a result, they just need that. Please don't think that everybody that is going to follow you is going to become a client, but even if out of the 10 people that follow you, 5 people book a call and 3 people convert, what is that worth in terms of lifetime value? It's considerable. So it's worth spending this money to access these people rather than just relying on organic. So that's important. And you're probably going to ask me, do I still need to do organic content on top of this? The answer is yes. You still just post once a day and you'll see certain stuff that works, you'll see certain stuff that doesn't work. But the stuff that does work is essentially future advertising posts that you can use and boost to get exactly the same result. More new followers that are specifically interested in the stuff that you solve. We're basically taking your best posts, we're boosting them, and we're putting them in front of an audience that has the pain point that you solve. People are going to look at them, like them, and follow you. And it's the people that follow you are going to be the ones with the highest intention to work with you or be interested in what you have to say. And you're opening up dialogue with them through a conversation and the script that I just shared. And that is ultimately going to allow you to find out what their problems are, what their goals are, how they're progressing, and make them an offer. Would you like my help? That is an offer. You got to be making an offer a day. I always say an offer a day keeps the bank balance healthy.